Today, we're going to break down a viral Hindi horror story that kicks off with something we all have in our pockets, a cell phone, and spirals into absolute terror. It's a really chilling modern ghost story about friendship, one really bad fight, and a single cursed text message that basically unleashes a total nightmare. So the story just drops us right into the thick of it. It's midnight, a young guy named Rohit is stuck on this deserted road. His motorcycle's dead. He kind of glances over at his side view mirror and boom, he sees it. This tall, black shadow standing right behind him with these creepy white eyes, no pupils. But here's the thing. This terrifying moment, it's not the beginning. It's the end of a story that started with a very human, very simple mistake. So how in the world did Rohit end up on that road, being haunted by that thing? To really get it, we have to rewind. It all kicked off, like so many tragedies do, with just a simple argument at college. Okay, so let's meet our two main guys. On one side, you've got Rohit. He's the rich, kind of arrogant kid who never really thinks before he speaks. And on the other side, his once best friend, Jatin, who is way more sensitive, especially about being embarrassed in public. Yeah, you can already see where this is probably headed, right? And then it happens. Some stupid joke blows up into this massive public fight. Rohit, feeling like he's got to look tough, just unleashes this verbal bomb on Jatin, right in front of all their friends. He calls him a beggar and tells him to stay in his lane. Now for Rohit, whatever, it's just words. But for Jatin, this public humiliation, man, it's a wound that cuts deep. That insult plants this seed of pure rage in Jatin. He's humiliated, he's furious, and he just locks himself away playing Rohit's words over and over in his head. And it's right then, in this really dark moment of weakness and anger, that something finds him. Later that day, while he's just sitting there stewing, this message pops up on his phone from a totally unknown number. It's this bizarre offer for revenge through Kala Jaddu, black magic. Kind of wild, right? Ancient superstition being delivered through a text. At first, Jatin's thinking, nah, this has got to be a scam. But that idea, it's already planted in his head. The next day, things get so much worse. Someone actually recorded the fight and threw it up on Facebook. So now, Jatin's private shame is public entertainment. And that is the final push. The humiliation is just unbearable. And suddenly, that weird message about black magic doesn't seem so crazy anymore. And so, Jatin gives in. Just completely blinded by rage, he sends a photo of Rohit to that mysterious number. He probably still thinks it's some kind of joke, but oh boy, is he about to find out just how real this is going to get. A little while later, he gets a reply, and it's a video. He opens it, and on the screen, he sees Rohit, all alone in his room, frantically pulling out his own hair, just muttering to himself. It's terrifying, and it's undeniable proof. Along with the video comes another message. The first stage is done, but if he wants to finish the job, Jatin's going to have to get his own hands dirty. The next message lays out this whole dark ritual. The instructions are super specific, super creepy, and they come with this chilling warning at the end. Once you start, you can't stop. But right now, Jatin's anger is still burning way hotter than his fear, and he decides, I'm doing it. At midnight, Jatin does the whole thing, and he ends it by speaking this curse over Rohit's photo. The pain you gave, you will now suffer. And as soon as the words leave his mouth, poof, the lamp he lit just goes out, plunges him into total darkness. Yep, the magic is sealed. Now, the effect of this curse is insanely fast. We're not talking about a slow burn here. Rohit's downfall is immediate. It's a total collapse. Within just a few days of that ritual, his life becomes a living hell. Rohit is just completely tormented. He feels like he's being watched 24/7. He starts seeing that same black shadow from the road absolutely everywhere. In mirrors, out of the corner of his eye. He's desperately trying to explain this to his father, practically begging for help. But his pleas just fall on deaf ears. His dad is all wrapped up in his own business problems, and he just dismisses Rohit's terror, basically saying, it's all in your head. What, are you on drugs or something? And just like that, Rohit is left completely alone, trapped in a nightmare nobody else can see. As Rohit's torment gets worse and worse, the story flips back to Jatin. But that feeling of power he had, yeah, that's fading, and it's being replaced by this cold, creeping dread. He's about to get one last instruction that will completely shatter his whole quest for revenge. A new message appears.
The entity on the other end tells him that Rohit's soul is weak now. All Jatin has to do is text back one single word, finished, and it'll all be over. For the first time, Jatin feels that same suffocating fear he's been inflicting on his friend. The reality of what he's doing just hits him like a ton of bricks.
The regret just comes flooding in. He realizes he never wanted this. He wanted to hurt Rohit, sure, but not destroy him. He decides he has to stop the curse. But here's the thing about black magic. There's no unsubscribe button.
It's too late. The curse has a life of its own now. And as Jatin is wrestling with his conscience, a live video feed just opens up on his phone. It's Rohit, standing on the rooftop of his building, forced into the final act. Suddenly, the shadow isn't just on the screen. It's in the room with Jatin. It actually manifests behind him, grabs him, and whispers this terrifying choice. A soul has to be taken tonight. It can be Rohit's, or it can be his. Jatin is just paralyzed, forced to watch the screen. He sees the shadow on the rooftop rush towards Rohit. And Rohit, consumed by sheer terror, doesn't wait to be caught. He scrambles backward and leaps from the edge of the roof. So in the aftermath, the police rule Rohit's death a suicide, case closed. For the rest of the world, the story is over. But for Jatin, who is now just catatonic with guilt and trauma, the real nightmare is just beginning. Days later, as Jatin sits silently in his dark room, his phone, which had been off this whole time, just lights up on its own. It's that same unknown number. The first message is simple. Deal complete. And then a second message appears. Jatin's blood must have run cold as he reads these 4 horrifying words on the screen. This wasn't a one-time transaction. He didn't just hire a service. He signed up for a franchise. He is now the conduit. The story ends as Jatin looks up from his phone. Standing in the darkness of his room is not the black shadow, but the ghost of Rohit himself. His body broken, his face twisted in a silent scream. Rohit is there to make sure the game continues. And this leaves us with one final chilling question. Whose turn is next?